name is Storm Janssen van Rensburg and I am the curator of the marks we make. Currently on show at the GOODMAN gallery. I worked on the show as curator, but was assisted by Zach Fillion, who is currently doing an internship at the gallery, and he was also responsible for much of the writing around the show. The show started as thoughts and thinking around the notions of drawing. The GOODMAN gallery represents many artists that draw, that basically are known for their drawings. The most well-known one is William Kentridge, but also artists like Diane Victor, Deborah Bell. A kind of a critical look at drawing by using examples of the artists we work with abroad. Drawing at the moment internationally is quite big as well. I think it kind of follows on exhibitions like The End of the Line, that's currently travelling in the UK, major museum show. The curatorial process was initially quite loose, but I think we also wanted to understand that drawing is something that artists do often as the beginning part of the process. It's kind of a manifestation of early thought processes about concepts, about ideas. So there's a kind of a notion of elements of play, of looseness, of kind of freedom. But on other levels also a mark on a white surface is an act of violence. It kind of desecrates and it kind of smudges, it destroys the white surface. So I understand that drawing is also then ultimately violent, and also in terms of mark making, you think about demarcation, about borders, about things that get delineated in particular ways. So it also started to talk about landscape and geography in a particular way. And that way there's also kind of a larger political reading for drawing. I have to challenge it a bit as well, and I think to take risks. In this we have Belinda Blino, for example, who did a drawing which basically is spit on the gallery walls. She chews a chappie and then kind of repeatedly spits on the wall to make a mark. So it's like a trace of something. To kind of, I think, more intimate drawings like Alexander Reclus, which are kind of very gentle, almost like kind of small little vignettes. It's more about feelings than necessarily about any particular mark. Quite gentle works. To large-scale installation by Justin Brett, whose work is ultimately sculptural. It's covered in drawing, basically. It's graphite that's used to cover this big sculpture. And then inside hangs a very delicately drawn, more traditional work. Then you go to Jeremy Wafer, who has basically flown to Cape Town to install his drawing himself. He basically made a wall drawing. So it's directly onto the gallery walls. It will be destroyed when the show comes down. But it's also about scale and a particular way of working and thinking around space and sight. Then we have works by Sue Williamson, which is almost like an antidote of the colonial drawings that I spoke about earlier. It's a reproduction of a drawing that she made in 1989 at the graves of the Craddock Four. So it's a historical document. I think that it's quite important. We have large-scale photographs by Alan Broomberg and Oliver Channeran that are basically documentation of drawings and marks by other people. The photographs were shot in a place called Red House, which was located in Baghdad under Saddam Hussein's regime. And these are marks and drawings that were left behind by prisoners. You look at these magnificent photographs and the prisoners leaving marks, either it's a kind of a counting system of how many days have gone by, or the idea is that the drawing is something, the last thing that maybe be left over of you. So it's an expression of identity and self in a very primal way. So it talks about absence in a quite poetic way. And a beautiful drawing by Walter Batters, historic drawing from a series of erotic drawings that is known for just gentle and so free and simple and magnificent. Walter Batters still feels so fresh. It's amazing. It's beautiful. But a drawing by Marlene Dumas, which is from 1999. Also, again, a series of works that she did with sex workers. Beautiful drawing. Quite magnificent. To Brett Murray, whose drawings are very much about process. The works that we have here is basically working drawings for sculptures. Clive van den Berg gave us a whole set of his notepads that he works with, and he felt that the notepads actually brings together his artwork, his practice as a curator, his practice as a designer, as a critic, and as a person, you know. And I thought they were quite beautiful objects as well.